June 13th, 2022, Dying Light 2 Chapter 1 DLC arrived, and it brought in Harper the Night Runner.
I think you're only getting started. You got balls, man. Like, at least a half a dozen.
We don't talk about him. 3 months later, we got Chapter 2, A Huntress and a Hag, which introduces Shenzhou. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but ask me if I care. She offers a lot of better stuff compared to Harper. The only downside about it is that she has a British accent, but hey, I guess we could all turn off speech, right? Now, before you start buying stuff off of her, you need hunter tokens. And one way to get these tokens is by doing her bounties, which involve a lot of ranged stuff. So you can obviously see where this chapter is going. It's more ranged focus, which is, I think, is a pretty good step. Anyways, once you reach rank 2, you'll be able to buy a basic ticket. And what this ticket does, it gives you access to the main course. Not a food, but instead a obstacle course. Its layout is very much similar to the metros you unlock in free roam, but with a lot more routes you can take, and it just has a shit ton of zombies. Your goal here is to find 5 clues, which are guarded by renegades, or I guess quote-unquote plague bearers. The only difference between a plague bearer is that they leave a cloud of green smoke behind, and if anyone stays in it too long, they turn into a viral. Well, besides you just straight up die. The easiest way to find these clues is by looking for UV light. After you find 5 clues, you go through this portal for some reason. Once you enter, you'll be in a bootleg model of the Bloody Ties DLC. After a little bit of time, the Hag will show up. She's like your typical banshee, but with a lot more health. She can also infect people by digging her claws into their chest, which is pretty cool. And the Hag isn't exclusive to this final part of the course. You can actually encounter her out in the open world, which was a very smart decision to do, because this allows you to finish her off in creative ways. I mean, this clip right here was literally my first ever Banshee encounter. But if you don't care about being creative, well, you can be really efficient with the new weapons this chapter comes with. The Bomber is my personal favorite, and is probably a no shit moment why. Just don't windmill with it. The Skullcracker is actually a pretty good weapon. One successful parry and this thing is already fully charged. Doing a power attack once it's fully charged leaves any enemy stunned for a good amount of time. It also does a funny bonk noise. Windmilling with this thing allows you to stun multiple enemies at once. But there are these 2 weapons in particular that just really changed the game. Actually not really, but they are one of the main highlights of this chapter. I'm talking about the ballista bow and the hunter's crossbow. We'll talk about the crossbow first since it isn't really interesting as the bow. Plus, there isn't much to say about it. Doing a parkour shot leaves your enemy stunned, if they survive the first shot that is. It has a green reticle, don't know if you care about that. And they can only shoot 1 exclusive bolt. And it has 1 extra shot compared to the PK crossbow. But the bow though, it can only shoot 1 specific arrow, and you can only shoot it when the bow is fully drawn. I would say getting impact bolts from the PK crossbow is worth it more, but hey, you don't have to join a faction for this one, so I'm sold. I mean, shit, man, just look. The Banshee straight up gave up when it saw the bow. The only downside is that your movement is severely reduced when drawing the weapon. I don't think it's that big of a problem though. But whether you think the crossbow or the bow is better, that doesn't really matter. That's not a debate I'm willing to get into. Well, unless the debate is which outfit these weapons look good on. You gotta admit that the Elite Hunter looks better than the other one. Just that nice gold plating and the graffiti tag all over it. Way better than the other one. I don't even remember its name actually. However, its paraglider that has a cat looking down at you and the ripped jeans, I think it's a lot better than what the Elite outfit has. Hey, but that's the only thing it has going for it.